on how you feel about these things. But go ahead and listen to these responses to how is and go ahead, I'm going to read the question actually. How do you believe the price of a home to annual household income changing from 3 times to 5 in 1965 to 2016? How do you think that affects the African American community? So let's go ahead and hear these out. Let's start right here. Jaden Bishop says, it impacted the Black community because it was hard for the Black community to make or have the net worth so they can buy a house. Shanika Montgomery says, I believe it impacts the African American community by lowering our chances of buying homes. White people have more privilege than Black people. It's easy for them to build their own empire with help from other businesses, but Black people, it's really hard. We have to earn our money the hard way just because of the simple fact we are Black. Net worth determines what you have now deducted from what you owe. But Black people have a high chance of owing the government or anyone, period, because of where we came from, lowering their chances of buying a home. Credit is everything. Marshawn Bell says, how I believe that the price of the income has changed is based on the things the family owns and owed, and how this impacted the African American community is if the family owned things but owed things back to the community, this isn't owned. The money is supposed to be giving back, is affecting our community. And lastly, Paris Renter says, the price of a home to annual household has increased as a result of the income increasing throughout the years. And it has impacted the African American community because the price of a new household can rise over our net worth. But African Americans aren't the only ones with low net worth, right? Actually, we are. I can admit racism has gotten better since back then, but African Americans still get denied a job to this day. No job, no money coming in, no money, no house to invest an income into. All right, I want you guys to go into the chat or open up your mic. How do you feel about those 4 statements? Do you?
I only agree with 3. I don't agree with Marshawn.
Okay, so you agree with these 3, but maybe not so much Marshawn. I think what Marshawn was trying to say is that the money has to be like a circle. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to spend money on a system, on something, then that system has to want to give you back the money because it's got to be this circle. So that would more so mean like even in the Black community that there are Black-owned businesses. And if they're not Black-owned businesses, well, then how's that money coming back to the African-American community? I think that's what Marshawn's trying to hit on, but that's something he's going to be revising as we kind of dig more into the numbers. But good.